Hey, it's Deborah Atkinson of the Flipping 50 TV show and the Flipping 50 podcast, and I have a little science lesson for you today. When you're doing your post-exercise smoothie, as I am, which by the way, I apologize for the visor, I'm doing a video for you, post-workout, short workout. When you're refueling and you're knowing I need to have protein and I need to get it in with the right timing. About an hour after you finish a vigorous workout is the best time to avoid the blunting of muscle protein synthesis. What that means is the blunting effect that's not going to let protein you eat actually help your muscles as much as if you wait to between 1 and 2 hours. That's the sweet spot. So knowing that, you might just go for any old protein, but what you want to be careful of is that, in particular, leucine is an essential amino acid, meaning it's one you've got to get every day. And leucine in particular seems to be much more tied to enhancing muscle protein synthesis. And if you, like me, are midlife or over the age of 50, that becomes even more important because as we age, my muscle protein synthesis isn't as good as it was 10 years ago or 20, and neither is yours. So maybe because you're more fit relative to a peer who's inactive, yours is better, it's still not as good as it could be. So I don't know about you, but I want to go for the A in that class. I want great muscle protein synthesis so I can have a great metabolism and a whole lot less fat in this next 50. So I want leucine. So how do you get it? First of all, you read labels, read your protein powder, do your research and find out. The best probably source in a protein powder if you're using a smoothie for easy digestion, great absorption of all the nutrients you're taking in, I highly recommend it. However, you want to make sure that you tolerate dairy if you're going to do this. Whey protein is one of the absolute best ways to get it. Whey isolate is best. Whey concentrate is next best. And then down the line, pea protein and plant-based proteins, and I have one, I use one, but I don't use it as much around exercise as I do whey. Having tested, I know I tolerate it, and the paleo. So the Girls Gone Paleo, and we're about to change the label on that, but it'll be exactly the same content. Those two have the highest, but whey is like the top of the top. So if you can tolerate it, I've always told you whey is best to have pre and post exercise when it's so rapidly digested and absorbed. It may spike your blood sugar if you have it at other times a day. That's not ideal. Pre and post exercise, however, especially if it's moderate to vigorous. So if you're just going for a light walk, you don't even need to worry about eating around your exercise nearly as much. We're talking about if you're really going for it, you like to work hard, or you know you need to work hard to help your aging process. Doing it better. I'm not after anti-aging, I hope you're not either. I'm after doing it as well as I possibly can. So, just putting this together, I am using whey. So it's my, or your whey, my private label. I'm going to use some of my old standby favorites today because listen, after being chased by a bear, right, my adrenaline is up a little bit. So I'm going to take care of that. So I'm putting in 1 to 2 cups, not packing that too tightly, and I'm going to add my protein powder. And that was not quite a full scoop just because I'm at the bottom of the barrel. This is one of my favorites. My chocolate perfection of your whey. So we're going to get that in there. I'm going to add a little bit more chocolate with the raw cacao powder and, you know, my method of dump and pour. Post-exercise, I'm adding some maca. It's that adaptogen. So if I need it to help me reduce cortisol, balance hormones, I'm going to get it, and otherwise I'm okay. Now I'm adding a little collagen powder, and I happen to be using Dr. X. By the way, I know somebody will ask me that. And I am scooping in avocado, and this is one big avocado, so I'm not going to need to use all of it. Just going to take the pretty good portion of it, and we'll set that back aside. And I'm going to get some berries in here, and I'm going to do a little blending just to let you know with not too many berries, so I tend to overload things. So I tend to overload things just a little bit, so I'm going to do this without having overloaded it. And I'm going to try to keep this one a little thicker. So if I can put not quite so many frozen berries, and I've got mixed berries today, I'm going to have better luck. Here we go. So I'm just taking that up. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. It's nice and thick, which is perfect. All right, I'm gonna test. I'm gonna look and see how thick things are. Oh my gosh, super thick. This is perfect. So I don't have to add any more berries. I am ready to go. I'm gonna dump this into a bowl and I'll show you the end results.